Anyway, now would be just as great a time to make a call out to 138 horsepower. You say you don't know how to get to Rick's Rusty Rex? Well, I'll tell you. Take the I-69 bypass, loop over on Doglick Road, head up 13th and hang a right, baby, and you're here. Take your honeys for a ride in this beautiful 1976 Ford LTD. We have this wonderful 1976 Fordillac. Welcome to RCindustry. Well, hey, it's Rick here today, and as you know, we have got to do at least one more thing on the LTD before we head down to Sikeston. If you remember in the last video, we had that checklist up on the window, and we still do, and we've got one more thing that we've got to check off that list, which is an overflow tank for this radiator. So I'm going to show you more about that in a minute. The other thing that we need to do to the car so we don't get a ticket while we're driving it, plus I don't even know if they'll let us run the track, is the windshield. So as you can see, you know, we've got this crack here that goes up this way, and then over here on this other side, I don't know if someone hit it with a, I don't know what they did with it, but you know, it's got this place right here that's been hit hard. And then this crack, well, this summer, this crack went on up and across that way. So it always had this one and this one down here, and of course that. But now we've got this one. So for that windshield, they do make a windshield for the hardtop, but this is not a hardtop. This is a sedan, and so the sedan and the Country Squire and the Mercury Marquis and something else, all from 73 to 78, all use this windshield. Well, nobody makes it. I've called everywhere. I don't know who owns the you know, the molds for it, and maybe they make them special order. But I have located one, and the guy's going to remove it, and if it doesn't break, then I'm going to go down and pick that up. Then I'm going to take it down to Seamer's Glass here in town, and I've got an appointment with them, and we're going to try to put that new glass in here, and hopefully it doesn't break. So if that's the case, then we should have a good windshield, and I think everything else we should pass tech on. So we'll see. So with all that said, let's jump right in and see if we can figure out an overflow tank for this. I've got an idea. Show you more. Okay, so we talked about this in a previous video, or however you want to say that. So the way this radiator on these old Fords, well, the Mercury Marquis and the big Fords like this, they all have this sticker that tells you to not overfill it. Not overfill it, is that a word? Not overfill this radiator in 2 inches. I think it says 2.2 to 4 inches from the top. So that's a pretty big amount. And then this overflow tube from the factory comes out of here and runs down. There's a holder down here in the bottom of this radiator mount, and it just dribbles it out the bottom. Well, for tech, we have to have this capsulated or captured into a container of some sort. So I know I could just zip tie a bottle down in here, you know, like a 2-liter soda bottle or something like that. But I got a little better idea. Alright, show you more. Okay, so my plan is to take this thing and mount right here, like so, and then we'll run a hose over and down, and then we'll drill a vent tube in this so that it will fill this up if it were to leak out and not be on the track. So that's kind of the goal. Of course, this is what we had in it before. You know, this rubber tube had a nail shoved in it. You know, I don't know what they thought that was going to do, but that's what we had in there. So I've got this piece of metal, and I've got it bent with my vise right there. So now what I want to do is bend up this back part, but I don't have a metal brake, and my vise is not deep enough to put this whole thing in. So we're going to have to be creative in bending this. Okay, so what we're going to do, since we don't have a metal brake, is we're going to take these 2 pieces of wood. Now they wouldn't have to be this long, But it just so happens that's all I've got laying around here. So this is some of the trim that I need to be putting down in the back in the dressing room area of our bedroom, and so I can get the painting done, which I haven't done at all this summer. But you can follow all that on my DuBois County Flips channel. So we're going to clamp this down, and then we're going to see if we can bend it. Now it's not real thick metal, so I'm hoping that it'll bend. Now you can see that I've kind of gotten that moved on me just a little, so we're going to have to set her back up there. Let's make sure this fits in there. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so let's tighten it back down, and let's give that a bend there and see if we can. Oh man. Okay. Now let's take this off of here. Well, now, come on, let's play friendly. Alright, so, we got that. That'll sit right in there. Now, it's a little bit sloppy, but what I'm going to do is take some thin rubber or something and put on this so that it doesn't, vibration on this bottle. So, alright, show you more. Well, let's drill us some holes here. Well, that thing wouldn't cut hot butter. Where's JB at when you need him? Okay, so I'm going to take some padding here, which is basically some old gloves I had, and I'm going to zip tie that to the bottom of this because I've actually changed how I'm going to mount this. So I'll show you that in a minute. Show you more. Okay, so I had to move it just a little bit because it was going to be over here, but I couldn't get the thing to set right. So it'll basically set something like this. We'll put that kind of between these power steerings. Now the only thing I want to do is I'm going to glue some foam or padding or something on the back side and on the bottom of this so that, if it gets any vibration, I don't want it to wear or to crack the glass. So, all right, show you more. Well, we're going to have to sacrifice one of our fender skirts here. Let's see how wide. That's about right. Now let's just cut that. You probably can't see. My arm's in the way. This stuff cuts pretty good. I hate to do this, but it's the only thing I can find that's about the right thickness. I've got some foam, like for upholstery work, but it's thicker than this. And this is nice and rubbery. So that should work. We should be able to glue that to the bottom and up the back, just like that. Alright, show you more. Let's see, let's get a little spray on here. On the bottom. Alright, now we're going to let that tack up and then we'll put the two together. Show you more. Okay, so what we got to do now is drill a hole big enough to insert this in, and that little thing right there is just about the right size, and then we'll drill a real small hole on the edge for a vent. So, alright, let's see what we can get done. Show you more. I'll get over here on the workbench. I need a bigger drill bit, but this is the only one I got, so hopefully this will work. Oh yeah. Call this a Huntingburg drill bit. I can stand over in Huntingburg and work on something over here in Jasper. Okay, so let's see here if we can cut my fingers all up here. Whoops. Just take your time. He's about through there. There we go. Alright, so there's our top. Alright, show you more. Okay, so let's take our bottle here. Whoop, not that side, that's the side we want to read. Let's position this on here. I'm going to trim this all off, what we don't stick on there. Alright, now let's go through and trim this off. Okay, well let's take the old Jack Daniels bottle here and let's see if we can trim some of this off. It's kind of, I mean, I want some of it, I want it on there, but I just don't, it don't need to be sticking out quite that far. And of course it's sticky yet. But that's a good thing. We want it to be sticky. Get off there. Well, this is a booger bear. Maybe I should have trimmed it a little closer before I decided to do this. Yeah, maybe. Okay. That gives me some padding now. So let's go put this in. All right, show you more. Well, let's just see what we got here. Let's get in there like so. Oh dear. You guys have zip tied stuff before. This whole car is zip tied together. If it wasn't for zip ties and self tappers, I never would get anything done. You know. Let's see here. Let's cut these little dupers off. Alright, let's get us a piece of pipe, get that piped over into there, or, you know, hose, I guess, get the lid put on. Alright, show you more. Alright, so now we're going to have the Jack Daniels, get this run through here, the Jack Daniels Fordlac. Now I'm going to put that long enough to get down in there. That's a little too long. Because after the NoNameNationals, I'm going to take this out and then just reroute it like it's supposed to be down through there. So, I don't know. I might leave it in there. I think it looks kind of cool. But we'll see. this put on here. And we'll cut that off about right there. Stick that on there. So there you have it, guys and gals. Jack Daniels, old number 7, is capturing anything that would come out of this radiator. At least that's the plan. Okay, folks, there you have it. The old limelateda, as far as I know, is ready to go. It should pass tech. If we make it down there, you know, if we make the trip across the bridges and all that stuff, I don't know, Eric said in the last video or a couple videos ago it was 242 miles, so that'll definitely, you know, be the longest this is driven. I've only driven it about 119 miles so far, so haven't had too many problems. A few things to iron out, but nothing major. So we are going to change the oil right before we go, because I do want to do that. I'm still running on that oil that I put in here after we, you know, tore the engine apart and fixed the lifter, and we put what else? Oh, we put the timing chain in and all that stuff. So, and I've got a little bit of an oil leak back here on my China wall. You know, that intake manifold was so heavy. I set it 2 different times, and I still got a leak. This time it's not very bad, but I'm going to have some help to actually pull that off there and do it. I just can't lift it down in there. It's too heavy. So if I pull it off there again and I've got the money, I'd just soon put a 4-barrel intake on it. Anyway, now would be just as great a time to make a call out to old Big Mike at Big Mike's Hoopty Barn. He's got the Blue Goose. I think it'd be pretty cool to see the Blue Goose run against the limelateda. So let me know what you think. See you in Sikeston. And as always, we're making it just like brand used here, baby. Run, Tallulah, run! Hi, baby.